Hi everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So today's reading is an interesting one and never done before on this channel. So this reading is going to be all about your journey to your future spouse, and we're going to try to understand whether you have met the one for you or not. We have 4 piles for today's reading. The first pile is Green Aventurine. The second pile is Selenite. The third pile is Peacock Ore. And the fourth pile is Dendritic Agate. Pause if you need a little bit longer, pick the one which calls your name the most. And I'm going to begin with pile number 1. Hello pile number 1, if you chose the Dendritic Agate, this is going to be your reading. So the card that you chose is Lightning, Leucosis. Before we begin off with the reading, I have a few pre-shuffled cards that will help us understand your person's physical attributes, perhaps their personality traits. So I'm going to spread that out for you. Alright, pile number 1. So we have Child Orphan in the Shadow attribute, cardinal signs. We have Offer, Gifts, Movement, Lightning, and Servant in Light attribute. Now, one of the main indicators that could possibly be applicable in your situation now, regarding the fact that this is a general reading, you're supposed to keep an open mind. Certain things might be visible as a sign if you stumble upon your person throughout your journey. Apart from that, cardinal signs, this person could be Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, sort of like a budding sprout in their career. I think that this person could be someone who would be a pioneering spirit. They could be quite brave. They just could have this sort of poise to them, which is almost like, I got this. This would be someone that you would be able to rely upon, and I feel like as soon as you would meet them, they would want to continue things with you, even though this person, I feel like, would have a lot on their plate. This is definitely somebody who could be younger than you or could have a lightheartedness to them, with the child as well. The shadow attribute says fear of abandonment, feelings of abandonment, that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. This could be a person who could come from a broken home, or somebody who could get attached quite easily to other people because of their instability in their own childhood. Perhaps this is someone who tends to get attached really quickly, and I think that as soon as this person would start feeling that sort of spark, is what I'm hearing, you guys would have a lot of chemistry. I think that this person would want to move things forward. This person would express their love towards you through gifts. I'm getting that this person could be born also in the month of December, which is around the Capricorn season, January, February, wintry months. That could also be you. I see that with the lightning, this could be someone who could be going through a phase of healing their issues of vulnerability. This is someone who could be perpetually in an anxious, avoidant attachment style, like disorganized. They would go back and forth because they would be healing from that. So sometimes they might show you certain red flags where you will feel like you can't trust them, but this is not at all to affirm somebody that shows up in your life, and you remember about this, and then you're like, okay, I should just allow this behavior because they might be my person. This is something that you can keep in mind, but it's not to sort of like perform leniency with it, right? So this is someone who does sometimes require somebody to tell them their limits with other people, because I think that they're so emotional and they kind of expect a little bit leniency because of what they've been through. I think that all in all, this is someone who would be a little bit clumsy with their approach, but nevertheless, they will make sure that they are super into you, is what I'm hearing. With a servant over here, delight in serving others with a free, loving heart. Definitely, this is someone who is a lover at heart. I think that this person might be going through a few hiccups in their financial journey. I think that this is someone who could be facing that difficulty with the cardinal spirit, because I feel like with this card, it's giving me a lot about their movement in the world. So now, I feel like you might meet this person in a workplace scenario, but it feels a little bit um I'm hearing destiny, like it would be very orchestrated by the divine, very much orchestrated by the divine. Where I think that you might be in a better position than this person. Like you might be more spiritually stable, is also what I'm hearing. I think you both would be like two peas in a pod. Because you would be someone by that time who would understand your worth. And I think that one of the main age groups that I'm hearing is 30s closing off to 30s, mid 30s, something around that. That would apply for somebody over here, but this would be somebody who would learn to treat you by the way you will teach them how to treat you. Because this is somebody that does come from a little bit poor mannerism when it comes to relationships, and that's I have to be very honest, right? What I see over here. So for the ones that have chosen pile number one, I think that would have not you have not met this person as of now, because there's a lot of newness to this energy. There's a lot that I'm gonna get to know you, and this feels like you will encounter or stumble upon this person. I keep hearing the word stumble. It's almost like it will be orchestrated, and you will feel something, but you will not feel like um you won't be able to place your finger upon what is this. You will feel a past life connection with this person. This is something that's destined for you, but there's also a huge factor of faiths involved. It really depends upon where you get yourself, because the light attribute of child often is independence based on learning to let go alone, conquering the fear of surviving. So you could have also been through quite a lot, and this is somewhere where how do I explain this? Where should I explain this? They're telling me that, most of the times when we have a lot of lessons to learn, we're sort of like coming from encountering a lot of karmic partners, right? And the way universe gives us our ultimate soulmate, or the person that's meant for us, is after we learn how to love ourselves unconditionally, so that we can enjoy the fruit of having a relationship with a soulmate, right? So I think that this really would depend upon the fate that you create for yourself. So spirit is almost letting you know that your journey is completely fixated upon you and how you carry yourself, because it's not at all more fixated on this person. It's more about how you attract this right kind of person for yourself after completing these healing cycles for yourself. So if you are in your early 20s or closing that gap around 30s or 40s, this is something that would majorly apply to you. It's really dependent upon how much do you leave behind your emotional codependency. I don't think that this is about your financial stature. I think that this is more focused upon the way that you treat yourself and heal, because I think that you have had your fair share of tug of wars in relationship, and you might be feeling a little battered down, or you kind of just feel like giving up already. But you have to understand, for you to really really enjoy that fruitful relationship with your ultimate soulmate or your counterpart in a way, I think that it's very important for you to learn to love yourself unconditionally. And I think that at this point, if you're still engaging with this reading, you know exactly the areas that spirit is trying to give you a hint about. All right, so I'm gonna flip out a few tarot cards to see more about this journey with your person. Something's very significant over here about 1927, 1924. This is a past life connection, but it's very fixated upon the fact whether you decide to heal. It's not where the universe doesn't have somebody for you. It's solely based upon the way that you create your own life, because the cardinal energy is about budding sprout. So That's what I'm seeing. I'm going to take this in reverse. We have the devil in reverse again, Capricorn energy. There's heavy ambition between the both of you. And I think as much as you both would be financially working on your own individual ends, I think that you would want to put down the roots. I'm getting a lot of fourth house energy upright. We have the Fool. Yeah, so these are major arcanas. We have Capricorn, Gemini, Virgo. I'm taking this in reverse. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Upright, Three of Wands, upright, the Moon. Wow, we have so many major arcanas. Bottom of the deck, we have the World in reverse and the Hierophant. Wow, so this is very indicative of the fact that you will come across this person after you have completed certain I'm getting the spiritual maturity. Like you will be able to reunite with this person. This is somebody that is from a few past lives. This is not somebody that you have met recently. I think that you often confuse your karmic relationships with a twin flame. Now, this is not at all to trigger you if you know that you have that kind of bond with someone, but you tend to become very obsessed with certain people that you meet even like once or twice, and you start seeing the potential within them, and it's because you romanticize them a lot, and you sort of put them on a pedestal. And there's nothing to be ashamed about that, but this comes from a place where you romanticize too much of other people, and you forget what do you really have to offer, and then you forget that they also have fears unless and until they reveal that to you. You kind of get turned off by it. So there's something where you get obsessed about certain people that you meet, perhaps their physical beauty or something. There's something about that. There are certain ways that you have to heal yourself and understand, acknowledge, and really let this simmer down that relationships are work. It's just like your financial security. If you stop working, you can go through poverty, right? And if you stop working on yourself, you can go through emotional depletion as well, is what I'm hearing. So we have so many major arcanas. We have the Hierophant, Taurus, Devil, Capricorn, Fool, Gemini, Virgo. We have Ace of Swords in reverse, Archangel Michael's card. We have Three of Wands, and then we have Moon over here, Cancerian energy. So if we look along through these cards, it's almost like learning your own value first of all through the childhood experience that you've been through, and really dropping your own codependencies. It's not about the people that you stick around with, it's about why do you keep calling in these people, and it's about cutting through this bullshit. I think that you will go through this phase, or you might be going through. Spirit is saying you will go through that in 2-3 years. Something that will majorly finally bury the hatchet with these codependencies, with Ace of Swords in reverse. You're dealing with manipulative people, and I think that finally you will come to a place where you will feel like it's okay. I'm not needy for another partner, and that's when this psychic ability of yours, you will unlock some sort of gift in the future as well, which will enable you to become more which will help you sustain more with your financial endeavors. I think that you are somebody with the offer gifts. You're meant to monetize your gifts in some shape or form. Now that could just be your creativity as well, something that you will discover in a few years. We have Three of Wands. Yes, thank you, Spirit. So there's something that will be coming forward in a few years, 2-3 years. That is just a guessing timeline. It's a general reading, but somewhere around that. I'm gonna take the other cards that we have here. Okay, we have the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. So we have this in reverse. I'm gonna place this upright. Where should I place it here? Okay. We have express your love through gifts. Again, there's a lot about expression through buying each other things. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. Number 19. in 1924 that I spoke about before. Spirit was adding up 1 and 9, again 10. You will be completing a cycle. We have 7 over here, with only thing that is real is love. A lot of divine orchestration, pile number 1. This is not something that you can control, as much as it might make you feel a little bit bitter. I don't know how it's going to make you feel. It's going to make you feel a little like, how long can I hold on to this without having my person? And that is exactly the feeling that spirit wants to eradicate, living for yourself and not for a companion. And we have practice compassion, see things from a different fresh perspective. So this is learning this lesson. Maybe you attract people that are just based on physical appearance, and this is that sort of I would say superficiality that you do not understand. And again, I don't want to make you feel like anybody's judging you, but this is just, I can't sugarcoat. Otherwise, there's no point of, putting this reading out there if it can't really bring you some sort of clarity or highlight on certain things that are not visible to you about yourself, right? With express your love through gifts, I think that you also tend to pick up partners that maybe your family in your childhood used to sort of like splurge money on emotional issues without having to talk about it, and manipulate you with monetary gains or giving you gifts or something. And this, even though this is a love language, this is something that you're going to be a little skeptical when this person does it too, because you're going to think that they're not that mature in their age, and you're going to feel like, is this the right person for me? So there are going to be certain things that are only going to come to the peripheral of your mind with clear cognizant thinking after you heal from this. Otherwise you will sort of like not be able to get through with this. And there are certain things that have to happen a certain way, is what I'm hearing from spirit. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. This was in reverse, and we have 3 of Wands and Moon. I think that it might cause you to come to a point where you will start loving yourself, and you will be like, okay, fine, if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. I'm still gonna be happy by myself. This is the place that is meant for you to be. And that's when you will attract that person, when you stop calling in your soulmate out of neediness. All right, pile number 1. So spirit, should we get an advice card? All right, so we're using the sacred geometry. Angel Guide Spirit's advice for pile number 1. Please help me connect with their energy. Oops, I missed that one. I'm hearing that they want to break this sort of subconscious pattern that comes in, where it's like you think that you won't have that family life for yourself, is what they're saying. So they want to break that for you. Because whenever you go out there out of neediness to get that for yourself, you only face difficulty and you attract the wrong kind of people. And they want you to become strong enough and compassionate enough to love yourself, so that you don't attract the wrong people that make you keep believing that you're not worthy of love. You know what I'm saying? This is something that they want to break, because when this person comes, you're probably going to push it away, or you're going to do something which is going to make you feel like it's not possible for me. So that is the reason why this person is not around yet. And this is going to be a very divine meeting. It's going to be somewhere, maybe abroad, somewhere. I'm not going to place that fantasy in your head, because I think pile number 1, you tend to control these things a lot. I just think that this is what spirit just wants you to know about it. Okay, we have joy and intuition. So we have descending numbers. We have awareness. All right, sensitivity. So there's a lot about understanding your own emotional body, because I think that you tend to get along more with people that are emotionally unavailable, that don't understand you, and it's because of the way that you treat yourself. Now, there is a little bit requirement of accountability and understanding where do you lead yourself, and that is the reason why spirit still needs to like guide you through this phase. We have 28 and 27 over here. So there's something about your gifts as well with your intuition, something that you're meant to unlock and maybe monetize through it. It could be n number of things, and I feel like this is something that will bring you joy. So they're trying to push you in in pursuit of your own dreams rather than people, is what they're saying. Okay, they want you to soften yourself up, and I believe that this is not something that I'll just say or spirit will just say and it'll happen, right? These are going to be some hard learned lessons. Pile number one, I can't sugarcoat this. These are going to be certain lessons which will crack open, excuse me, your heart chakra. All right, so spirit is saying don't worry, they're proud of you. Okay, don't worry about what they're saying. And it's almost like they're reminding me of this quote, if quote, I'm slipping on words, sorry, that they're saying that, if you knew what you have already been through to get through this phase, you would be like, no, 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 I don't want to go. So don't get scared of what they're saying, because you will get through this. All right, so pile number one, this was your reading. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number two. If you chose the Selenite, this is going to be your reading. So the card that we have for you is Sun Splendor, Splendor Solace. I have a few pre-shuffle cards that will help us understand possible signs, physical attributes, and personality traits of your person. So I'm going to spread that out for you. All right, pile number two. So we have take a chance on love. We love, our lives are changed forever. The heart matter. There's more going on than meets the eye. There's a lot of slipping of words. Over here, saboteur and light attributes highlights your fear of self-empowerment, the changes it would bring to your life with fears, clarifying it. We have house 4, which is a lot about family roots, household, peace, comfort, culture. So the first card that we have over here, which spirit is saying, it indicates your energy when you will meet your person, perhaps, or the phase that you're gonna be going through. Ongoing phase is what I'm hearing. Something about a decade is very important over here. Something about maybe healing, a long journey of healing that you already are in going. I'm hearing you're halfway through, or it might have just started upon, because this feels like a young energy. This feels like something that is just maneuvering or started fertilizing. This card talks a lot about generosity. It mainly talks about one day at a time, taking one day at a time, taking certain healing processes one day at a time. And I think that this is a very masculine energy, which is a lot about the shadow attribute over here of the sabotage says inducing self-destructive behavior, desire to undermine others. I feel like this is somewhere where you will stop undermining yourself. This journey will take you along, understanding the love that you have for yourself. We have 23 and 22 over here. This is a descending energy. This is about slowing down. This is about going within and understanding who you really are. The card that was most difficult for me to pronounce or dictate is the card there is more going on than meets the eye. There are certain things that are not visible to you about your heart chakra, sacral chakra, and root chakra. We have the red color over here as well. I think that this would be a person that you would definitely put down the roots with, and I feel like it can feel like it's quite far along, but there's something that's very prominent about this person. This person would be very striking masculine energy, whether they're a man or a woman, it does not matter. I think that through this process you will also understand your sexuality a little bit better. It's all about your self-expression and the way that you feel empowered from within to just express yourself freely. I think one of the main lessons that you came here to learn in this lifetime, if you chose pile number 2, is pure and utter self-expression. That honk was a confirmation. It's a lot about the way that you just own up yourself regardless of what you have been taught, because there's a lot about house 4 over here, the background that you come from, and with the selenite it's a lot about clearing these concepts from within which make you feel like you're not powerful enough, or I feel like you have a lot of opinions that are gathered and internalized within, and this person, before you meet this person, it's going to be a lot about understanding who you are and eradicating. I'm getting the image of somebody taking what do you call that, a plucker, somebody taking a plucker, thank you spirit, and eradicating every little thing that does not make you. This is a very tedious process for you, and spirit keeps telling me that don't get scared of it, because this is what is going to bring you ultimate happiness, and combine your individual joys and happiness together to create a humble abode for yourself. The fourth house energy is a lot about comfort, peace, marriage, creating that humble abode that you didn't get in your childhood. This is a lot about removing these self-destructive behaviors that you adapted in your early years of childhood, and I feel like it's closely related with empowering yourself. I think that this journey will evolve as much as you learn how to heal yourself, and it's your own canvas, it's your own blank, plain field where you develop and garden your own sort of like flowers and fruits, enjoy the fruits of your own labor. It's all related to your heart and releasing these blockages from your heart, because there's a huge emphasis with the fourth house and the saboteur, just the way saboteur says. It's a lot about self sabotage, the way that you perceive love and the way that you perceive yourself because of the way that you have been treated in your past, right? And I think that you are somebody that tends to become quite fearful of commitment or love. I mean, even if you don't completely realize that, I think that you have a fearful avoidant attachment style, which is like, please go away from me, I'm not okay, but please don't leave me. So it's almost like a push and pull that you have from within, and this is so important for you to eradicate from within, which I keep hearing something about a timeline of a decade over here. Okay, that's very prominent over here. So I do not feel like, according to the cards, that you have met the person that you're meant to be with. I think for a few of you, you have encountered this person. You might have crossed paths, but there's nothing where you know this person, you would suspect that this would be the one for me, because that sort of connection or that sort of camaraderie has not been experienced by you. So this is not somebody that you've had a relationship with. I would like to say that you have locked gaze with this person. There's more going on than meets the eye. You must have crossed this person, you might have met them in a social gathering, and it's somebody that you might not expect, because this person is also going through their own journey of self-empowerment, and a glow up is what I'm hearing. This person, probably when you have met them, something about their physical appearance will be very changed, very astonishing for you. When you will encounter this person, when it's the right time for you both to meet, you will find this person very desirable. I think that right now, when you've met that person, you wouldn't have considered them to be yours per se, let's say that. So spirit is kind of emphasizing that this is someone who will establish their own looks, and you will definitely have that chemistry with that person if that's something that comes in your mind. Somebody that would be, I wouldn't say your type, but your type will keep changing through these years of healing, because you will overcome these sort of behaviors that you find or perceive them to be attractive. Your definition of attraction will also change, but this person will fit that criteria. I think that you are somebody that also emphasizes on physical attributes of a person, and this person will fit that criteria is what I'm hearing. This person will be financially stable at that point. And I'm hearing from spirit that you might learn a lot about finances through this person, and this person will learn a lot about compassion and love through you. You will be more in a masculine energy. Okay, I was about to say you will be more in a feminine energy. So there is this yin and yang energy that you both will share, that will sort of will be substituted by each other as you go along your journey together. But you both will be having this sort of like, I would say, a good balance where, perhaps you lack a little bit, this person will complete you, and vice versa. So this will be a good relationship. I feel like this is something that's very promising, and this is something that you will achieve is what I'm hearing from spirit. It's something that they want you to actually experience, because it's sort of like your gift, I would say, for working on yourself, because they know that how much do you desire this family life and this sort of like the traditional lifestyle or the conventional way of settling down, the white picket fence and all those children. Are like, I'm getting that somebody over here wants 3 to 4 children, if that's not your thing, but there is something that this person would want to have, create a lot of offsprings with you, excuse me. So this person would come across as quite emotional as well. They will open that side to you, but it's after that, you both will have gone through. And I wouldn't say that necessarily this person would lack compassion or your life experience, but you both would have tailored experiences, like you would combine that. So it's not somebody who would be exactly coming from the same background like you, but there will be some sort of like a good sense of balance. I really feel that there would be an energy of mixing of two lives together where it makes a complete sphere, even though that does not at all come down to the fact that you're not whole yourself. The both of you won't be. That is the plan of spirit, but it will be like you both will come from different walks of life at least. And there might be an age gap over here, something about 4 to 6 years, something about four at least. And a decade over here is very significant. So maybe you started off this journey when you were around 20 or 16. Sweet 16 is what I'm hearing. Something about that is very prominent over here. Nevertheless, there's huge I'm hearing that there's huge potential, but you would not even fathom that this is your person, because they will go through some glow up and you yourself, but yours would be more internal based, and this person's would be internal but more physical based as well. So something about that. I'm picking up on heavy water signs for this person, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They would be quite intuitive as well. And that's why they will get along with you and your life experience. It would not be exactly the same, but they would have deep, utter compassion for the way that you have pulled yourself out of it. You will develop as friends first, is what I'm feeling. But there would be this unsettled energy from within, like we want to get this going because we feel this sort of like you both would be trying to hide your passion for each other, but it will come up pretty quick, is what I'm hearing. Pretty quick, 2 weeks, something. Things will progress quite quickly and smoothly between the both of you. It will be like, I'm hearing a match made in heaven. So this is very destined for you, but I don't think that you have majorly met this person, like met gotten to know them or something like that. It might be an acquaintance to the least, or somebody. Spirit keeps correcting me. It's somebody that you have crossed paths with, just crossed your paths. I mean, like maybe in a party or somewhere in a local market, or somebody, you have just crossed each other's paths, and you would not realize that this is that person that I'm meant to be with, and you would fit each other's life, excuse me, like gloves, perfect gloves. So this is really promising. I'm gonna pull out one more card that they want me to. We have Liberator in Shadow Attribute, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Light Attribute, freeing yourself from others and others from outmoded beliefs, release negative thought patterns. I'm slipping on words so much, so bear with me. This is a lot about your childhood and the way that you both had been brought up. I think that initially I'm hearing something that you both might not be the choice that your persons or your parents would have in each other's mind. This seems like a little bit of like a love marriage scenario come arranged. There's something a little bit like unconventional in the way that you both would start falling for each other. And I think that it would be more empowering when you both would understand that you both can get through together anything. I'm eating up words. Wow, what is this, spirit? I dropped a card. Okay, so we have spiritual depravity. So they're telling me that this is a card which is all about the way that you both will progress. And the more that we come over here with releasing your fears, I feel like this will be the limelight situation where you both will not be willing to give up on each other, is what I'm hearing. Something about it feels like there's some sort of cultural difference is also what I'm picking up over here. And yeah, I did pick up that previously. So if something about it feels unconventional, but then again, what I spoke about adds up to it, like coming from different walks of life and combining your own strengths together to build that life that you want with each other. It's not about giving up. And for some reason, I'm getting Mother Teresa, which is a lot about dealing with things through love. So you will convince each other's family, or you will try to fit into each other's lives without changing yourself per se. This will be something that's breaking the norms. It's a lot about liberation, with liberators. It's a lot about not exactly upsetting people, but you will win the hearts of each other's families, what I'm feeling. There's something about the way that you both come together will also give more spiritual sort of enrichment to other people involved in your lives, like people falling behind you and your person, right? The hierarchy of families and the family tree, it's almost like you will bring some sort of healing and conclusion to this, as to take a chance on love, right? You will change the lives not only just of yourselves but people around you as well. All right. And then we have like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving. So this is about how you both will you will feel like you both are not the same in the beginning, because there's some sort of cultural difference. There's something that is a little perverse to your usual type, and that's what I'm saying, that the more that you will heal, your type will change, and so will this person's. And your values in a relationship, or your criterias, or your checklist per se, will keep changing as you overcome your fears, because I think that your criteria right now is a little bit crooked as to what do you think you need, but by the time you will understand what you really need, and that is a solid partner to fall back upon. And this sort of whole convincement and conclusion of settling down with each other, and bringing that part, or it's just that you both will be bringing yourselves permanently into each other's lives and other people that are in your people's lives, right? Respectively, right? Your person's lives. So I think that this is a lot about gaining that strength from within, and you will be an example for other people in your person's life, and respectively. There's a lot of breaking of norms in the most unconventional way, but this feels like a cultural difference over here, which you both will embrace a lot. You would have a lot of I get a choppy environment, like you will create a beautiful home with each other. So I'm gonna pull out a few tarot cards to see about I'm getting status check on your health, pile number 2. So something about you is what spirit wants to highlight. Angel guide spirits, please help me connect with pile number 2's energy. Taking this in reverse, we have the morning. I don't use this card, so I'm going to shuffle again. Reverse, we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm taking this in reverse. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse. I'm taking this in reverse. Again, we have the universe. This is sort of like the world card, but I'd prefer if the world card came out. I'm hearing Trojan horse, counterfeit, Trojan horse. This person might look like a counterfeit to you at first. All right, we have 9 of Wands. You will be defensive towards this person in the beginning. We have the Fool, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. So this would look promising to you, and it would require for you to have faith in the universe throughout this journey. I feel like one advice that I'm getting for you is that to work on your the way that you believe that you deserve love, because I think that you have gone for certain people always, right? And it's based upon the way that you think that you deserve love, and this is going to break those barriers with the 7 of Wands in reverse, and the 9 of Wands is going to make you more resilient in asking the universe for what you deserve. And that's when this person will be kicked into your life and be like, this is what you deserve. Like, I think that there's this energy of this quote that I'm hearing, which is like, there's power in knowing that we don't know what we deserve, because we completely don't understand what we are worth of, right? And when you start surrendering this habit of controlling things for yourself, especially in your romantic love life, that's when this person will be brought to you, and you will be open and willing to look further more, or like there's more than that meets the eye. Like, you will be able to look past just a person's physical appearance. So this is something that you will be breaking as a generational pattern as well. It's very related over here. You both, even if you haven't met, you don't realize how much of work you're doing and karma healing as a collective you're doing, pile number 2, and so is your person. Like, there's a lot of light worker energy over here, but you both will be like 2 peas in a pod. You might not look like it. There can be a complexion difference as well, but that was a confirmation. I think that you will create really beautiful babies is what I'm hearing. So one of your child might have really light blue hazel eyes as well, but I don't think you guys would stop at just one. I think you would really like what you both have created, and you would like to make, more of that. So this was a beautiful reading, very heartfelt. So I'm gonna take out advice card for you. Pile number two. Your guide spirits, what does pile number two need to know? As a woman, you might like a cushion cut. This person, if you're a woman, is really gonna think into what your preferences are. They're gonna be very interactive with your friends, gender non-specific. This person is gonna put in a lot of thought. They're gonna be very, very thoughtful. They're gonna be very focused on details for you. Everything is gonna be looked, and like attracts like. They're gonna show you their love, in small things. Abundance, wow. Time, union, amazing. I just heard the word delicious from spirit. So oh wow, divine masculine, this is the masculine energy over here, and we have awareness. So you need to break free from this place where you think that unless and until I have a man or a woman, my life is not complete, and you need to give yourself time. I think that sometimes you think that your age is at that level or something like that. Don't be worried, okay? This situation is not time sensitive is almost what I'm hearing. Opposite of the card that we have, and with the union, it's all a lot about coming in union with yourself. So I'm hearing like, abundance is around you. You're like the empress energy is what I feel. And even though you have this defensive energy with the masculine energy, if you're a woman, especially even if you're not a woman, there's a need to tap more into your feminine energy and come together with yourself. Take your time as much as it's required, because it's important for you to just be happy with yourself. It's not to meet this person or align with this person, it's to align with your own destiny. Alright, pile number two. So I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number three. If you chose the Peacock Ore, this is going to be your reading. So the card that we have for you is Actum Vinegar. Before we begin, I have a few pre-shuffled cards that will help us determine your person's possible zodiac sign, physical attributes, personality traits. So I'm going to spread that out for you. Alright, pile number three. I'm going to dictate out your cards. We have get to know each other, learn to meet another person's need for love, sextile in reverse, protecting connection from others, thief in shadow attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. Love is all around you. Number 16 could be quite prominent. We have magic spells, vinegar, scribe, which is in the light attribute, preserving knowledge and information. First of all, one of the main things that I see over here is an affirmative yes from spirit that you have met the person that would be your future spouse. Now, there's a play of destiny over here. To me, this sounds like a twin flame or a soulmate connection, something that is very deep, because I feel like this is an ongoing connection or something that if you have not stumbled upon yet, it's a lot about with the scribe energy, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work, preserving knowledge and information. I feel like this with the magic spell, this could have come across as something that you were not expecting. And age number 16 could be quite prominent. You could have been quite young. We have 44, which is a mirroring number again. I feel like this energy gives me a lot. Like, they just keep telling me, yes, you have met the person, but this is not something that would just fall into place right as you meet. I feel like this would revolve around a person who would be emotionally depleted, the person that you kind of suspect or you feel like you would have met, would be a future spouse, would be someone who would like you, is what I'm hearing, have to go through a lot of layers of diluting the ego. With the sextile and protecting the connections from others, I feel like this is the connection that you have within. And it's very interesting if you see protecting, and there's protect ling. So I'm hearing weeds, something about plants. So the metaphor that I'm getting through plants with correlation with sextile, which talks a lot about tough egoic layers. You both could have been through a lot of narcissistic abuse, or this could just be your energy. But I think that there's a heavy mirroring between the both of you. You both could be like typical yin and yang, is what I'm hearing. And I feel like you both would be striving to free yourself from words of oppression, is what I'm hearing. So things that you have internalized as perceived as your own is something that you would be striving to move forward from. Now, if you look at the color contrast, the main colors that we have is blue, greens, and oranges, which is the heart, throat, and sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is very important for your own sovereignty. Throat chakra is again very correlative of the fact that you're striving to voice your own opinion, oppression, releasing through oppression. And then we have the heart chakra, which is all based in the scribe and the vinegar. Now the vinegar, I feel like this is your person's energy more than yours. They're saying that this is also your energy, but this is your person's energy more. We can take this as both of your energies. This is about distillation. You will meet this person, you could have met this person through a phase where they were very fragmented, they were scattered in their life, they were spreading themselves thin, and they were in some sort of substance abuse. There's a heavy emphasis on your person being indulged in some sort of bad, poor habits, especially correlating their health. But now with the vinegar, it's all about a little goes a long way, right? And I think that this person, you, on the other hand, could be seeking a lot of spiritual growth and expansion. There's a huge emphasis of Jupiter and Saturn energy. Now, your person could have been going through a very rough time, and you could have been a little ahead. I would presume that you're in the feminine energy when you meet this person. You met this person. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it in future tense. See however that fits with your reading, because I think that if you've met this person, this would be more applicable in the past tense. But for some reason, Spirit emphasizes on me speaking this in future tense. So this could be something that when you both meet again, this could be the scenario. This could be a possible scenario for a few of you, is what I'm hearing. Okay, especially if you are or have heavy Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in your charts, heavy earth signs over here. Okay. And I think that over here I'm getting an indication about a few keywords that I heard were 5-6 years. This could be a journey that would go on for 5-6 years. Something that I'm hearing is, I'm hearing half century. So something that you both have been solving for a few past lives. Now, why we have the magic spell over here really tells me that you both could have started feeling each other's energy around each other. Like all times you would sense this person's energy around you, and you could start feeling like you're getting obsessed because you've not actually caught those deep feelings for another person. And I think that this could also be your person. They could have thought that, you've put a spell on them, or they have a spell. And I think that you would be more in an energy of protecting this connection from other people. Maybe you would be very wary of how you're letting other people know about this connection, because this is something that is very, very sacred, is what I'm hearing. And with the thief and the vinegar, I feel like this is a culmination of two energies where your person would have had to heal themselves and understanding their self-worth, whereas that could be also you. But I think that this is more about your person understanding what do they really deserve. And I think with vinegar, it's a lot about you understanding how much potency you have from within. So there, this is like a dichotomy, but it's the same mirror, right? This person feeling incompetent, and you realizing that you have that competence and you don't need to put in that much effort. It's a very fun, reflective energy that I see. It's all about the potential wealth that you hold from within. With the thief over here, potential wealth, and then we have preserving knowledge. So your person would be in a place where they would be understanding what do they have in their own reserves, right? Something that cannot be stolen, something that they perceive to be stolen from within. Maybe their heart chakra is going to be reignited, especially with the blue color over here. I feel like this is a lot about their third eye expansion, and perhaps their own I'm hearing perfect identities. Identity. It's almost like this person would learn how to identify themselves apart from the abuse that they've been through. And I feel like for you, it's going to be a lot about, maybe you're going to develop a talent of writing, or maybe you're into writing books. Something about you will progress. By the time that you will complete your journey of coming together with this person, you will become somebody that is quite creative and established. With little goes a long way. This is the thing that is for you. Something that is very prominent that you need to know about yourself is little goes a long way with you, pile number 3. So I see that over here, that there are a few keywords or movies that I was getting was Legally Blonde. You could be in pursuit of law, arbitration, or like a governmental job, or it could be this person, and you could have started understanding your own value as to that how intellectual you are. It could be your person, but then again, because of the mirroring energies, anything is applicable. It's very fluid over here. And I heard about Blue Lagoon, the older version. I don't remember which year it was, but it's about getting stuck on an island, two teenagers. Again, there's an emphasis of teenagers over here. So this is a very divinely guided reading, I believe so, with the 16 over here. This is somebody that you met quite early in your life, or you could be quite young as of now, but this is an old connection, something that was meant to happen in this lifetime. And I keep hearing it keeps coming back in many lives, because you both are meant to heal each other. Now, there is a lot of emphasis on the fates and how things pan out, and how the both of you carve this out, because as much as you would want this, I think it's also dependent on whether your person powers through these struggles as well, right? It's not to feel hopeless that, I won't get a love of a lifetime because my person is not working upon it. But this is about collective karma, because sometimes I keep getting a very twin flamey emphasis over here. If you believe in that, I think that this is a lot about the karma that your person has incarnated over here, that they need to complete. And it's not the burden is less or more on another person, but it's just about, I feel like yours is more about heart chakra as the feminine energy over here, and your person's is more based on physical. So feel free to reverse the roles, but there's a lot of emphasis of coming back from childhood with get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. You both might not be very expressive or open to the idea of vulnerability with each other because of the sextile in reverse. And I feel like you protect yourself too much from other people, and this is something that you need to open yourself up. I think that your person and you kind of sometimes really have tried to break free from this connection, something that feels very solid, promising, but then again, there's also a factor of free will over here, whether you make it through or not. So I have to be very honest, it's literally a game of fates, and how you realign with your destiny is what I'm hearing. So realign. I think that the both of you go into relapse. There is some specific substance abuse or some sort of addiction or way of escapism because of the heavy karma that you're carrying from your childhood, healing through that. And you both know that you share this ultimate bond. I'm hearing love of a lifetime, but there is this background of narcissistic abuse with the sextile and protecting yourself from each other as well. I feel like there are tough layers of ego, going through a lot of abuse and codependencies, healing. And I feel like especially with your person, it's a lot about them understanding that they have the value to create something completely unique for themselves. I spoke about their perfectionism, and I don't mean to say it um in a codependent manner. I mean to say that your person will understand their impurities in a way. I keep getting weird words about this. Spirit, can we paraphrase this better? Their true abundance, their true talents. And I think that it's a lot about you as well. Your person is someone that could be more in the line of performing, entertainment, art, and you are more a creative soul. But there's a similar expression between the both of you, because of the way that these cards have a similarity to it. If you take a closer look, there's this sort of like a wrapped around scarf or a shawl which is in the same color as the thief over here in the background. Then there are these patterns which are over here as well, and in a paper as well. So there are a lot of things, and the red colors over here, there's similarity between the both of you that you don't really see, or aren't able to see, or weren't able to see perhaps. But I feel like with get to know each other, it's a definitive yes that you have met your person is what I'd say. Okay. And if even if not exactly your future spouse, you have met that love of a lifetime is what I'm gonna say. but it really depends upon how you both create your journey as well. There's a proportion of destiny, but then there's a proportion of free will. How much do you pull yourself out of this trauma that you've been through? And then there's this part of like a culmination of reaping the rewards of your labor. It's an ongoing process, which I keep getting a timeline of 6 years, 8 years. Like it's not something that's easy, as what I'm hearing. It's not something that you just give up and hope upon it to stumble upon it. This is somebody that you will be able to align with after you both have done the work. It's not just one person's work, it's about both people doing that work and coming around each other. I definitely feel like there's a deep bond over here with the sacral chakra. There's unmatched chemistry between the both of you that you don't find anywhere else, and you feel this person's energy around you. And I feel like the both of you face difficulty in acknowledging this as the truth, that this is my person, because it's so difficult because your trauma comes in between. And I think that the more it comes in between, this is not just about getting to know each other and how to make each other feel loved. I'm hearing it's not about saying those three words, it's about sort of like living up to it. And sometimes you both fall short because you don't know how to love yourself. And your love languages could be quite different, even though on the internal sphere you both are very similar, but the way that you perceive love and accept love and feel love and I would say embrace love is a little different, but the core values are very similar. It's a lot about having that sort of humble abode with each other. And I'm hearing ride or die, partners in crime. There's something about knowing that the both of us can do this. We're very unique. Even this image over here has sort of these two sirens, like two mermaids. And I feel like this is a lot about the fact that you both can create something that would be very unique to your own specific tastes. You both are like jigsaw puzzles together, but then again, it's about until and unless you find that right shape, you sculpt yourself, you both can't fit together. And that's just a metaphor for spiritual alignment, vibrational alignment. So this process involves a lot of hard work, I can't lie, because it's about finding yourself. And that can be the most difficult thing sometimes to do, is like, do I really give up on myself or do I keep going, right? So I'm gonna pull out a few tarot cards and we're gonna see what comes up. A very flimsy energy. There's a lot that was flowing in, but you might want to watch those few movies like Legally Blonde or Blue Lagoon. I keep hearing long, a little goes a long way, a little goes a long way. What is that about, spirit? It's almost like I'm hearing that a little love between the both of you goes a long way. It fulfills you so deeply, it enriches you both so deeply, but it's just the way that you both need to know how to make each other feel love. That somewhere it gets lost in translation, is what I'm hearing. There's a lot about learning yourself, first of all, to understand how do you actually incorporate love in your life, and then making another person feel love, because the more that you're healing, the more your love languages are changing. So this is an ongoing process. But nevertheless, I feel like the both of you feel this teeny tiny voice telling you in between, like, that's my person, that's got to be my person. Like, I want to deny this connection, but I just can't. Like, I can't just switch off my feelings for them. And that's where this comes in. Thank you, spirit. That's where this comes in. You feel like you're under spell with this person. You feel like it's supernatural. Something is just not natural over here. I'm going to take this card upright. We have the Page of Cups. There's a lot of sensitivity. I'm also hearing time sensitive. It's really funny how they keep telling me that it's a game of fates, how you create your fate. And that's why there is free will. How much do you push yourself each other? It's not something that you can convince, the other person can convince the other one to do. It's solely based upon how much work you put on yourself, because you both are so closely linked. So the more that it's based upon, forgiveness, love for self, the more that you both keep doing the work, especially the feminine energy leading the spiritual realm and the masculine doing his own healing as well. I feel like for the masculine, it's a lot about putting the pieces of his heart together, and for some reason it's same for the feminine, but I feel like Both of their heart chakras are closed because of some sort of childhood abuse. The masculine, it seems more about his authenticity, something that he feels was robbed, and he can't seem to find that. He doesn't know where to find that. And for the feminine, it's a lot about, again, it's like a little goes a long way. Like she's not understanding her worth right now. Um, she doesn't understand how powerful she is, and she's effortless in this. I'm taking this in reverse. We have the Seven of Cups in reverse, and we have the Two of Swords upright. I'm taking this card in the reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Bottom of the deck, I have the Three of Swords. Thank you, Spirit. And we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Two aces in reverse, not ready for a beginning. So this is what the both of you need to heal. Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Swords. So there's a cycle that will come to an end before you both reunite, and that's something that's still probably ongoing if you have picked up this pile. I think that this undying love for each other is something that confuses you because you both probably feel a little bit depleted, at least you, pile number 3. Spirit is connecting me, it's the both of you. Money is not stable, internal resources are not stable. That creates lack of confidence in being with each other. You both submit to external circumstances and fears, and I think that the feminine and perhaps the masculine also is tired of fantasizing over here. You see this Page of Cups. This woman is still giving more love to the swan near her. This is giving me more this sort of fixer energy, and she's put down her crown over here. Again, this really gives me that you want to save each other before you can save yourselves. Again, there's a real martyrdom energy over here which needs to be eradicated from within, which leaves the both of you in this Three of Swords energy stuck in saving other people, not putting your own needs before. Again, that is the reason why money is not doing good, inner stability is not doing good, and lack of inspiration. I feel like the Two of Swords over here, the veil is lifted from this girl's eye, and I feel like this is very indicative as in the general tarot reading. The eyes are always covered, so the both of you know what you keep doing wrong, and I feel like it's just about time as preserving knowledge and information. It's almost like coming back to a place and understanding what relies actually within rather than going around in circles. This seems like a separation pile perhaps, but there's a lot of uncanny resemblance of knowing that this is my person, but knowing that this is so difficult because the intention is not where it needs to be. um it's just a process of understanding your own power from within, whether it's the masculine or the feminine energy over here, right? So I have one last shuffle card over here. We have slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. Number 9. Thank you, Spirit. So number 9 comes definitely before 10, and this is the necessary advice that you need over here, that you need to let things just flow and do not try to understand this. We have the image of a maze through her head. You're trying to unlock something that you're not capable of unlocking over here. We have the fish totem as well, so it's a lot about you're trying to see things through the eyes which needs to be seen through the third eye right now. You need your intuitive gifts right now to unlock the next phase or get through this hurdle right now, pile number 3. So they're telling me that the advice for you is to take rest and let things unfold rather than trying to hustle through this, because this is not something that will be unlocked through your masculine energy. This requires patience, this requires perseverance with your own spiritual maturity, and this is something that will unfold in its own time. After I'm hearing that these aces are unblocked. This is blocked energy right now. This will come through when you understand yourself and heal yourself from this Three of Swords. Again, I spoke about the Saturn energy. So there are certain cognitive patterns that repeatedly manifest as codependencies that need to be resolved as of now. So this is precisely what I see. I'm gonna pull out one advice card for you. Would you guys spirits please help me connect with pile number three's energy? Soul. Thank you. Okay, they're saying that's enough. Bottom of the deck, we have forgiveness and sixth chakra. See, the third eye is over here again. And even with forgiveness and kindness over here, they're literally telling me that you need to forgive yourself for what you've been through in the past. And this is tremendous. I'm hearing Chiron. So this is not something that you're going through easy and I'm just brushing over it, okay? This is a general reading, but if you chose this pile, it's a lot about letting your intuition guide you. Maybe you're not meditating right now because you don't want to believe in this journey, you're trying to break away from it. But the more that you try to push away and reject this journey, you're rejecting yourself. So try to understand that and forgive yourself for whatever you've been through or done or just experienced, okay? Your soul deserves that kindness from you. All right, pile number three. So I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number four. If you chose the Dendritic Agate, this is going to be your reading. So the card that you chose is of coagulation, coagulatio, so before we begin, I have a few pre-shuffled cards that will help us determine your person's possible zodiac sign, physical traits, personality traits. So I'm going to spread that out for you. Alright, pile number four. So the cards that we have is coagulation, hermit, light attribute seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. We also have an emphasis on shadow attribute, withdraws from society out of fear of negative judgment of others, refusing to help those in need. We have misjudged. Consider your foundation, number 50 over here. Look how committed you are to love. Gemini in reverse. We have damsel with the shadow attribute, waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusions. We have psychic messages, love endures, number 43, which reduces to 7. We have love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful, withstands every situation. And lastly, we also have this one card which says demonstrate love 48. Find out what is important to those you love and act upon it. Alright, so majorly one of the main things that I see over here is that I think that this is an ongoing connection with a very deep soulmate that you have. This is something that is, I'm hearing the word prolonged. I'm also hearing the word hypnosis. Now, this pile has a very deep telepathic communication with their person. And of course, if I've already said or disclosed that, this is an ongoing connection, yes, you have met the person. That is for you. But compared to pile number 3, this feels like more promising. This feels like it is... I feel like inevitably you will end up with this person. Now, something about it feels like it might be in your late 30s or 40s. Something feels like it's quite unconventional. This could also be somewhere where it doesn't have to be necessarily quite midlife, I would say, but something about it feels like it's completing a very prominent phase in this lifetime. Now, something that represents your energy, because there's a lot of contemplation in this pile over here with Dendritic. It's a lot about the environment that the both of you were brought up in, where there was lack of demonstration of love. People used to give up on love too easily, and the foundation with consider your foundation is all about crooked foundations and rebuilding yourself from within. Now, the first card that I would like to talk about is the damsel, waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusions. Now, I think whoever is the masculine energy in this pile. This could have been someone who used to go for surface level relationships. And I feel like the feminine energy over here could be someone that could have closed themselves off to relationships. Now, these are the contrasting energies over here where it feels like a blocked heart chakra, inability to open yourself up. And I feel like the feminine energy could have misjudged this masculine because of the outer appearance that they were always placing forward. The first footstep was made very sexually by the masculine energy over here. And I feel like the feminine over here could have also been misjudged by the masculine, because I think that the feminine over here could have been perceived as quite different, perhaps even manipulative to an extent because of their psychic abilities. Now, they could have had a quick telepathic bond that came into action, and I feel like this was scary for both people, because there's a lot of past emphasis for whoever chose this pile. There's a lot of explanation for what has already perhaps happened in this connection, and what is the key in a way, or what's the reality of it, or what's the purpose of this, as why you can't escape this person, because this seems like a sure deal. This seems like meant to be. With coagulation, this is a card that majorly talks about the funny aspect about it, which is not actually funny. The irony of this card is that it talks about working on yourself together but not losing yourself in another person. This is the purpose of this connection, that you both are working on yourself together. Even if you're in separation, you guys are still together. But the thing is that it's like the bond is so magnetic that it is provoking the both of you to strengthen your boundaries in in your relationships with any person and with yourself, without creating defenses or getting hurt and blaming the other person, because you both are pure mirrors of each other. So anything that you blame for this to this person for anything is something that's already within you. And that is, I keep getting from spirit that that's the irony of this connection, that the both of you are coming into realization. It's giving me like a simmering down energy, like almost like how you plant a water plant, how you water a plant, excuse me, and then it starts absorbing the water and it grows. So it's like small gems of wisdom, pearls of wisdom that you keep collecting, and then you keep creating your own jewelry or necklace. There's a lot of intrinsic work in the sense that's done from within, with the hermit and the damsel. These are two important archetypes that are within the both of you. However you perceive each other is something that's within the both of you. So I just keep getting an energy that you can't really blame each other, because even though whatever label you want to go for with, like a twin flame or a soulmate, this just feels like something that is very divinely guided, and something about this connection feels like it just never ends. You both are constantly going around in circles, and you kind of feel like you want to be done with it. You don't want to learn any lessons, but that's the irony of it again. And I feel like you feel sometimes like your life has become a joke because of this, like you're going through so much pain. But then again, it's a blessing in disguise. I keep hearing the word Trojan horse, like this, and the funny thing is, it's the opposite of Trojan horse. Like it looks like danger, but then, um, okay, they're recorrecting me. So they're like, um, there are a lot of assumptions made in this connection based on each other, because they come from your own lens of fear. And you tend to, I said the word recorrect, right? And correction is a word itself, so recorrect makes no sense. So you keep correcting yourself when it comes to each other over here. And you realize every time that you projected onto this person was because of your own fears, not because of something that this person did. So this could also be coming from both ends, because there's this Gemini energy in reverse, which can talk about the magician in reverse, where you think that you're being manipulated by another person, but you're actually not. You're actually repairing the relationship that you share with your inner child. So this is deep healing. Okay, they're telling me to pull out a few cards from the tarot deck. Let's see what we have. I think the limelight of this reading is really determined by the thumbnail card, which really is just about working on yourself, but together, but not also losing yourself in each other. I think that might help you understand this connection. It's heavy karma work. I really feel that. And I feel a lot of hesitancy because the channeling is very quick. It's a no-brainer for whoever chose this file. Um, but then again, it's like something that you know and it's been confirmed over here. Okay, I'm taking this card in reverse. We have the King of Swords in reverse. I'm taking this upright. We have the Queen of Pentacles upright. I'm taking this card upright. We have the Seven of Cups. I'm taking this in reverse. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Alright, bottom of the deck I'm seeing the Moon. And we have the Queen of Cups. Right. So there's a lot of feminine energy. Oh, I did not mean to take that out. We took out the King of Pentacles in reverse. So we have counterparts over here. Again, I wanted to take out the Moon over here, Cancerian energy. So this is very interesting over here. Now something that they're telling me is that I feel like mainly for the masculine energy over here, there's a lot of emphasis on the self-expression and being more compassionate to another person. But that would only come when you start understanding yourself. So the key is not to just keep pouring into other people. It's about pouring into yourself and understanding how you can facilitate this. And it comes under the Hermit, where you feel like you're being misjudged by your counterpart. And I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, this is about having a balance between your financial affairs, but also being nurturing and not being aggressive in your approach. And I feel like the Seven of Cups literally confirms, thank you, Spirit, the illusions that you face when you both see each other with the eyes of pain and you misinterpret the other person's intentions towards you, and you probably hurt each other in that way because this is not something minute. And I feel like with the love that you have, the bond, especially the psychic messages, really confirm that you have a very strong telepathic communication. And I feel like with Love Endures, when I was just placing your cards, it gave me this idea that you both can never really give up on each other. Even when you want to fight, run, stop, abandon the situation, you can't really do that. It almost gives me the same thing that I reiterated in pile number 3, but this is completely different. It's almost like the more that you try to reject this journey, you reject yourself, because this is a part of you and it's meant to be this way in this lifetime, or however it has been. But this is your true counterpart and you have met the one. So I don't even see a free will facet over here, because in pile number 3 there was free will, as much as you pull yourself to get through that. But for pile number 4, I feel like it's inevitable over here. It's almost like you'll be always restless. Nobody will satiate that. You will always, I feel like it's almost like you will not even end up with anyone else, because this is the person that you're meant to be with. And that is soulfully the purpose of this connection, that you heal and come together with each other. So I think that I keep getting the word inevitable. It's like your soul chose this path to heal yourself. And I want to really let you know that this is not about the other person. This is completely about you. That person is just a reflection, but this is completely about you. This is about you healing and enduring and not giving up on yourself and demonstrating that love to yourself. So even though I think that you both don't know exactly how to express that love for each other, I think that through moments of telepathy, you clearly know how you feel about each other. Anything, any emotion that's anger, love, pain, hurt, tears, sorrow, joy, anything that is expressed, because you have a very deep psychic connection with each other and you have proper conversations. You probably hear this person through music. There are n number of synchronicities. It's almost like the universe does not let you forget about this person even when you try to, and your other relationships seemingly have started becoming even more shorter with time because they don't work out. And I feel like for the feminine energy over here, it's a lot about releasing these self-limiting beliefs when it comes to being financially independent and becoming grounded within herself, and believing that especially if this feminine energy is a woman, or even if not, it's just the feminine energy. It's about believing in herself or himself that they can provide for themselves, they can take care of themselves, they can bring that security for themselves. So even though they're embodying the masculine and feminine energies, they're kind of in swapped energies right now, healing their own masculine and feminine energies respectively, I would say. So before we conclude, they're telling me to pull out one more card advice. Okay, so a few more cards from another tarot deck. but the cherry on the top is what they're saying. We have 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm taking this card in reverse. We have the Devil in reverse. And we have the Queen of Wands upright. We have the Ace of Wands and the Lovers. Thank you, Spirit. So they confirm the sacred bond that you share with each other, and I feel like sometimes you don't think it's very sacred because of the way it makes you feel, but you have to realize that this bond is what is releasing you from your childhood trauma. Otherwise you would always be succumbed to your fears and this unhappiness. There's a lot of spookiness in this connection is what I feel, because the channel messages that I was getting, I'll just dictate them, are thriller movies, Halloween, supernatural abilities, celestial bodies, Jupiter, fourth house, merging together, sun and moon. I had specific signs that could be you or your person: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we also have the number 23 and 12, 57 as well. So something about 50s is also very important over here. These numbers are rounding off to 50 over here. But more importantly, we also have again the Capricorn energy over here. So it's a lot about grounding this connection into reality, because there's a lot of karma work you're doing, but ultimately it's about becoming fierce within yourself. The Queen of Wands is also an energy of psychic abilities, so it's about using your psychic abilities to get through this connection. It's not something that you can do logically or ask your friends who are not in such a connection. I think that multiple times you both have been told that, you know, this connection is toxic and you should probably move on from it, but I think that you can't really sever ties from it. And that's, again, I keep hearing from Spirit, that's the irony of it. You kind of know that this is your person, but then again, what you see on surface level or in the reality really scares you, that this just can't be normal. But then again, it's also kind of miraculous for you because you keep healing through it. So for advice, let's see, what do we have? Divine Feminine, Freedom, Surrender, Divine Masculine. Okay, that's amazing. Thank you, Spirit. So we have Freedom again. These are two cards. One is in pink, the other one is in a blue. So this is the Divine Masculine Freedom card, which talks about grounding this connection. Thank you so much, Spirit. So they're telling me that isn't this just amazing? We have the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. This is such a sacred connection that you share with your person. It's all about healing yourself with a masculine energy, and I feel like this is the advice for the feminine over here, that you need to be a little bit more like believe in yourself and buy this X factor within you, that you can bring that security within yourself and you don't need your masculine counterpart to survive in this lifetime. Okay, and I feel like for the masculine energy, this is a lot about that you need to understand that you also have that divine feminine from within that can heal you, nourish you from within, and you don't need your counterpart to feed into you. All right, you can love yourself. So both ways, either ways, it's about loving yourself in different ways. And with the freedom, it's a lot about believing that these obstacles will not last through if you surrender to it and let go of the illusions that you have. Illusions can be taking advice from people that are not equipped and that are not in your shoes, right? I feel like one of the things that really needs to come over here is that you open yourself to people that are not equipped to this journey. They don't understand what you have, and you kind of have to, I guess one of the cons of this relationship is that you don't know somebody who would understand what you're going through, but you can rely upon your counterpart if you connect with them or call upon their higher self. I think that they're letting you know that your counterpart is communicating with you through the psychic messages. This is very important, that you both, there should be something that gives you update on the other person, so you don't feel, you know, like bamboozled or like confused that am I the only one holding on to this. Like, no, you're not. Your counterpart feels the same way. We literally have divine masculine, divine feminine over here. All right, pile number 4. So I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye.